Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let me see who I have in the house so far. Oh my gosh, Lost in Space, Bella's World, Peekaboo. Shout out to all the members. Vic is in the house, member, and Mod, as well as Bella's World. She's a member and a mod. Sakina, how are you? Sakina, happy Friday. Yes, yes, everybody. Granny B, how you doing, Granny B? Welcome. Thank you so much to our beautiful, wonderful members. Chico, a member and a mod. Do me a favor, yeah, you that's watching, hit that like button, damn it, today, right now. While you're at it, hit the like button. Okay. All right. Let me greet everybody else. Mimi of Age, welcome. Okay. Lanes, shout out to everybody from the Facebook who watches us from Facebook. Thank you so much. Hey, Brian, welcome. Oh my gosh. Everybody, everybody, everybody. Hey, Peekaboo, welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody's coming on in, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Where do we want to get start, kind of where we want to go here? Because we have this really great news about the 2-year-old boy, that JJ has been found, which I thought was like, well, that's great news, right? It started this morning. I was a little bit feeling some type of way yesterday because I was like, I saw that they stopped the searches. So I was like, oh my God, this little boy is going to be out there. Hey, Kathy P, welcome, Darcy. Everybody, come on in, welcome. So I was a little curious as to what was going to happen with that situation. And I'm glad. Yeah, thank goodness they found him. Right, that's what really matters. Is thanks. Yeah, it was great news. It was great news, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a little concerned about just the elements and everything, but it looks like there was a volunteer there that found him, which was awesome. And I wanted to kind of honor that situation. I know it's a little bit late from it, but I mean, I can only imagine the good feeling that the community, the volunteer, his name is Roy Link, Mr. Roy Link, who I believe is also a veteran, so shout out to him. He actually was helping in the search and he found him, which was excellent. Let's watch.
Hi, folks. This is Roy Link. He's one of our volunteers and actually the volunteer who found Joshua today. So he can tell you he'll answer any questions you have for him.
Okay, basically, I guess I was just out here like everybody else, volunteering for the search. I actually had my boat hooked up to my truck this morning. I was going fishing. Something told me no, got to do this. So I
Wow.
was, in the right place at the right time. Like I said, I'm a former Marine, but also I'm a former county employee. 32 years with Hernando County Parks Department as a
Wow.
supervisor, and just
What are the chances of that? He was supposed to go fishing and then something told him not to, that he needed to go volunteer and then he went. That's awesome. Hey, CL, I think that's awesome. I'm so happy to see that that's what he did, you know? Hmm. I mean, can you imagine? It's just great. It's great to hear this kind of news.
all the stuff. I knew Ernie Weaver Park real good, so I came in from that direction and headed south. And I went across a field of grass. I came up on some woods, and I listened good. I heard like a whimpering kind of noise,
Oh,
and at that point, I was like, "There's no other kids here. It's got to be JJ." So sure enough, I went in the woods, and about 100 feet from where I was at, I think he was in some stickers. There's a lot of stickers and all there, but he was happy to see me. He put his hands up, and he he was real happy. And then he wanted mom. He started hollering for mom, but the deputy showed up. I guess I made a friend real quick because he hung on to me. He didn't want to go to anybody, until his parents showed up. So
oh,
it's just a blessing in disguise. It could have been anybody here, but you know, gotta
absolutely.
thank the Lord. That's number one.
Just what was your
Thank the
reaction,
Lord.
being a part of the search, something that you originally didn't have planned to do, and then
Right?
seeing, that little boy.
Yeah. It. It's so many emotions. I guess. Um, I,
Oh my gosh.
I would say who wouldn't get emotional, with that situation. But I was just so happy I found him, so happy he was alive and well, and just seeing the parents reunited with him, and I just couldn't ask for a better day, a better outcome, and I'm just pleased with all these people that showed up. It could have been anybody.
Absolutely.
Just happened to be me.
What was the look on his face when he saw you?
Uh, he seemed he wasn't smiling, but he was happy.
Poor, like, oh my gosh, that just, I mean, it's good to get some good news. There's always bad news. And let me tell you, I hate, and I'll say it again, I hate covering, which is why I didn't jump right away and go live or anything like that um, when they were searching for JJ. I don't like covering stories that involve children too much. It really does bother me a little bit. I will say this though, because it sounds like based on what they were saying is that he might have taken off or whatever while he was, oh yeah, I bet so, while he was being unsupervised. And kids do run off sometimes. Kids do go off. They leave their house, they leave their bedroom, they go outside, and stuff does happen. And I don't, not knowing all the details of it, but that's what it kind of sounds like. And to be honest, like I stay away from stories that involve kids. I really try to be very careful. Yes, it's great, absolutely. He's got a little, he's a baby Tarzan. He's a little cutie, that's for sure. He's definitely a cutie. Yeah, and that's the best part, is that he's okay. But, intuition is everything. We got to start listening to our intuition. You never know where it's trying to steer you to. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. It's so great. I'm just glad he was found safe before all the tragedy pins could torture the family. Absolutely. Peekaboo, I was already hearing it. I said, "Oh Lord, everybody's flying down to Florida." Everybody, I mean, it was already on the same. I think that lady lives in the same state as these people, right? Absolutely. And kids are quick. Yo, I'm telling you, you got to put a chip on these children sometimes. 'Cause you just never know. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, yes. Thank you. Man, I can't turn my back on my knees for 2 seconds. Yeah, they're fast. They are fast. I was confused as to why they didn't immediately take him to the hospital. I'm not really sure. Probably because he was already. I mean, that's a good question. I think they had a paramedic on standby, though. I want to say, Darcy, from what I read, that there was already there someone to kind of check, give him a physical and stuff. Oh my gosh! But yes, absolutely, absolutely. But let's see what else. What else? All right. Oh, no worries, no worries, Chico. Do your thing. Yeah, they checked him out on the ambulance. I'm pretty sure that that's what happened. So I kind of want to move on to the other topic, but I'm like debating which one do we, because there's just a lot going on. First of all, there's a lot going on in terms of Alex Murdaugh. Do we start with Murdaugh or do we start with Kohberger? Because at this point, I'm kind of torn. Maybe we should just start with Murdaugh, because that right there is a whole situation that I was like, you know, they were really hounding him today. I will say this. So I was watching some of the Nancy Grace reaction. Nancy Grace attended. Remember, she was there. This is Nancy Grace. If you guys don't remember our Twitter cut up, okay? Nancy Grace was sitting there watching the Murdaugh situation. We got her there with her green hand, with her green gloves and the little beanie and everything. Lord have mercy, everybody said he's guilty. He's guilty. I'm just joking. I know that. I know Lost in Space is definitely that I've seen. I mean, the that whole situation is so crazy to me, as far as the cover up, the history, the legal legacy in that town. I mean, what is going on? What is going on? I'm just curious. Are you guys? I don't know. I watched the whole thing today and didn't see her. That's crazy. No. So Nancy Grace, let me tell you where this picture came from. Nancy, when Icamel was showing pictures of, can you find Nancy? And I found her. And so if you guys remember, the inside joke of this picture is that Nancy Grace went to the Idaho 4 scene and literally put a table with her laptop and the green gloves and was sitting there, and you guys can see my fingers, and was like reporting. And so what I did here is I took a close up of the picture and gave Nancy Grace her table, her green gloves, and her laptop, because that's what she's doing. She's just listen. It's kind of, it reminds me of the Bernie Sanders thing, that meme that went viral. She kind of went a little bit. People were dragging her for being over there. But anyways, so Nancy, let's talk a little bit about Murdaugh, because this cross-examination was very intense. All right. And so there's a lot of people that are saying different things at this point. He has changed his timeline. First, he wasn't at the kennels. That's what he stands, right? He stands by that. Now he was there, doesn't know the time frame. Like it's I wonder who told him to go testify. You said he's guilty. Hey, Jasmina, you said he's good. I mean, is he guilty? Do we need do we need to even have a trial at this point? I don't know. There is so much shade. Yes, there is. Granny B, talk about everything. Why are your mods deleting comments from new subscribers? I see your comment and I don't see anything deleted. They will. So what happens is that if you're cursing, YouTube holds your comment. But no mod is deleting anything. I'm watching the chat. No one's deleting anything. And I can see when somebody's deleting. I don't know. But anyways, he wanted to his lawyers he wanted to his lawyers, didn't want him to. I don't think it was a good idea for him to have said anything. Cole said, I wanted to believe him so bad. I hate to think he was the last thing his son seen that night. It's heartbreaking. Absolutely. Yeah, RSK, you were not deleted, my love. You were not. He can't keep up with all the lies. Can't remember which lie. Right. I mean, you lie so much you don't even remember. His narcissistic attitude told him, yo, testify. He thought he could talk his way out of things like he always has, like an attorney, right? I mean, that's what attorneys are really good at, talking their way out of things. I really thought he was going to pull that. Like, he really thought he really had one here, especially being his town. He was the former whatever there, the legacy. Everybody has gotten off spick and span who's ever been in trouble, right? I'm just saying. His son caused too much trouble and he wanted to cut ties and throw his son to the wolves, and his wife was playing mama bear and he got rid of both of them. But Rico, do you think what I heard was that in this would kind of even make sense, is she was already planning to leave him. That's what the word was out there, that there was so much financial stuff going on. The man had his own little self-disclose, he has addictions, right? And that he was out there, and so it would benefit for him to have killed, I hate to say it this way, but for him to have gotten rid of his wife and his son. If he killed his wife and son, what the heck was he thinking? Right. Hey, Sinner. People actually think he proved his innocence. Really? Ooh, lost in space. You're actually torn. Say more, please. Say more. Dime más. Tell me more. Because how? I don't know. Like, to me, this is the reason why I brought Nancy Grace up here, with her green gloves over here, 'cause she was right here. She's reporting live. Not really, but, I just thought this was a funny picture of her. But she did her little podcast today. Let me get the picture down real quick. All right. And she said something to the effect, which totally makes sense. Okay. And I would have to agree with Nancy on this. It said, um, you have to stick to what the timeline is or was, is, and then it was, because he did take back the fact that he wasn't there, was there. He lied. He said he's lied. He's lied. He's admitted to lying. He's an admitted liar. So my thing is for the defense, if your client has admitted lying, okay, time and time again, why should he be believed now? And it reads, and I could tell you what the New York Times posted, but basically said that after 5 weeks of a long trial, the murder case against Alex Murdaugh narrowed on Friday to the question of what happened in a critical few minutes after the prominent South Carolina lawyer went to his family's dog's kennel, where his wife and son were shot to death later that night. On the second and final day of Mr. Murdaugh's crucial, second and final day. I think we're on day 23rd, 5th, 4th, one of the two. One of those days. We're the 20th. It's basically taken the full month of February, okay? Mr. Murdaugh crucial testimony in his own defense. Prosecutors aggressively challenged him about those key minutes, showing that his new account of his movements that night, offered this weeks after more than 20 months of denying he was at the kennels at all. It's difficult to reconcile the timeline of the murders. Timeline is everything, and that is what Nancy Grace has said. CL says, I am not torn. I think he's guilty. He was in those throes of addiction. He obviously is it a sinister and has no I cannot even read. Sorry. This is really far away. Has no problem harming financially or otherwise as long as he gets away with it. He's a self-serving POS. There you go. There you go. Yeah, how does anyone believe a word comes out of his mouth? Right? Hey, Tinkle, welcome. His maid doesn't think he did it. She even said she missed his hugs on the stand. I mean, I would miss a paycheck too, you know? If it's the maid. He's a proven liar. He that's all he did. He just lied. Do you guys honestly think he's going to get off? Honestly, you guys think he's going to get off? A paid witness, paid maid, paid. Addiction and inebriation isn't an excuse to commit murder. So effed up. Absolutely. Well, he said it in text. Haha. Oh, and did you see what he said about the Mexicans lady? I might have missed that one. What did he say about the Mexicanas? Tell me. I don't know. You guys tell me because it's hilarious at this. I don't know. I laugh. Whatever. You think he will get off? He did, but he will get off. I think he will. You guys think he's going to get off? Okay. Maybe that's the one thing we need to pull right now ASAP. Like right now. Let me get this poll going. All right. And while you're voting, hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. It don't hurt. It don't cost. It doesn't do anything but help the channel. Okay, let me see if I can get this poll going as soon as this thing refreshes. All right, Q&A. No, not a Q&A. It's not a Q&A. It's a poll. Will Murdaugh get off? Is that the right question? Will he walk? Will Murdaugh walk? Walk free. How about that? Yes. No. Yeah, well, I'm not going to add a third app. I'm not going to add a third option. You guys are going to have to marinate with those choices. Yes and no. That's it. Even if he does get away with murder, he will be convicted when he goes to trial. Oh, yeah, and the financial stuff. Absolutely. If you haven't watched the whole trial, then you have no idea, says Valerie. I've watched. There's parts that I've missed, though, so I can't say I've watched the whole trial. But I've watched. I think they should find him guilty, but I'm going to hold my breath, says CL. His cellmate is going to get off. I love how Tinkle pulls out the nail polish. All right, let me see where you guys are at. Okay. Oh my gosh. Will Murdaugh walk free? And wait a minute. I have 42% that say yes. Is everybody okay? You guys really think he's gonna? Are you guys trolling? Do not troll my chat. You guys think he's gonna walk? Hey Jen, welcome. You guys think? Hey Aquarius, you guys think he's gonna walk? I think he gets off. It'll be because of the wrong charges being brought, as in hired hitman/hitman. I'm just shocked by the poll, Darcy. Yeah, the investigation was a troll. I mean, completely. As of today, says Valerie, he will walk. Lord have mercy. Valerie, enlighten us, please. Has anyone watched the Netflix documentary about him and the boat accident? Yes, I've watched portions of that as well. I mean, it's been a while. I haven't really onto it. I might rewatch it. All of the YouTube attorneys think it will be a hung jury. Sammy! Granny B said, no way he will walk! Exclamation point. Okay, Gen X says, I honestly believe that he will walk on the charge. Oh, Lord, your comment is going fast. Hold up. Let me go back. On this charge because they're trying the financial case and not the criminal. I think it's a lot of like Casey Anthony, so it's possible. I didn't even hung jury. I should have Jasmina, should I have put hung jury up there? Money talks. Valerie says at least one person will say not guilty. He's going to jail for financial crimes for the rest of his life, regardless. Only needs reasonable doubt. Hey, Cash. Lord, hung jury. You guys are thinking hung jury? Do I need to redo the poll? I mean, I only have 37 votes. Should I redo this poll? Should I redo it? Okay, I'm gonna redo it right now. All right, let me redo it but I want everybody voting. I have how many people? I have 76 people here. I want everybody voting. Okay, everybody. All right. Will AM walk free? Question mark. Yes. No. Hung jury. Here you go. Go vote. Let me see if that makes a difference in the poll. If he's not if he's found guilty, I'm gonna donate 50 to Rabbit, but only after Tuesday because I get paid then. All right then. All right then. Cool. Okay, so where are we at with the votes? Let's see. How are we doing with the votes? Okay. This is interesting. These numbers are interesting. Now I got more votes. Okay. Come on, come on. Go vote. Come. Go vote. Let's go. Okay. All right. Now, let me go ahead and play some of the Nancy Grace stuff because she is saying, I think what everybody's saying is you can't be lying on this stuff. Like, how do you hold on to this for like 20 months? You're said you didn't do this or weren't there at this time, and then suddenly it changes. Like, it's crazy to me. And I wonder if his team knew that this was going to happen. I don't know.
To that. But now, since it got into evidence, the story is changing. Now, since his voice has been identified as being in those kennels with Paul and Maggie about 2 or 3 minutes before they're murdered, he's like, oh, yeah, I was there. Now that I think about it, I was there. Then I left. So we see a shift in strategy. Go ahead.
We grew up in a profession that says if you lie about one thing, you've lied about everything. So once he's admitting, oh, yeah, I lied about that. I lied the whole time. I lied to everybody. I lied to clients. I learned, I lied to law partners. I lied to my children. I lied to my wife. I lied to my parents. I lied to my brothers. Then what's to say you're not lying right now about that you didn't do it? So the jury's going to have a lot to absorb with this to recognize he lied, which also dramatically changes that timeline. So now you've got, 2 minutes before you leave and this killer supposedly shows up? They're going to have a hard time buying that.
Oh, man, I took some notes on that during testimony yesterday. I mean, they're going to have to argue that he was at the kennels, then he leaves. Then within the next 3 minutes, the killer see him leave and then race in, commit a double murder. What's the motive? And then leave before he can get back. I'm laughing so hard. You got to hear this. I was looking at social last night.
Who would benefit at this point? Who would benefit? Yvette says that's exactly why he changed his timeline. He got caught right in the minute, right there. I am loving the Nancy Grace hair being more natural look. Speaking by of which today I got my AARP card. Join the club, right? AARP card. You guys love Nancy. All right. I'm in the fence about Nancy. Sometimes I like her, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm be honest, I struggle with her sometimes. But this one right here was classic for me. This was her at the Murdaugh trial early on. She was there with her notepad, computer, and lemonade stand table right there with the green gloves. Just saying. All right, let's keep watching. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments.
Some people say you're the one that always brings the dog aspect in. Why didn't the dogs bark? That's not what made me laugh. It was this one from someone named Adorable Deplorable. She says, OMG, I guess he's doing 80 mph at 9 p.m. to see his mom, when the caregiver called him at 3:58 to tell him his mom was agitated, and at 9 o'clock that she sound asleep. So he's flying 80 mph to get there and 80 mph back. And then she also writes later, oh, I was wrong. He always goes 80 mph down that country road. Cheryl McCullum, can I tell you something? I think I told you this. I was heading back to the courtroom on a Sunday night, but I wanted to cook supper and eat with the children that Sunday night before I left.
Okay, come on, Nancy.
So we did that, and I didn't get into the car until almost 8 o'clock at night for a really long drive. There were no street lights, Cheryl. I mean, we're used to it, having grown up in the country. It was pitch dark. All I saw were literally about 40 deer, and I don't even know how many
I think the
possums
point
I
is
dodged on those back roads. There was no way that he was, 80 miles an hour? There had to be some pretty strong motivation for him to fly back at 80 mph.
Exactly. But you and I are two people that our mantra is timeline, timeline, timeline. Now from his lives, that timeline has changed. And what is so significant to me is not only the placement of where he was, but he cannot give you a reasonable explanation as a member of the bar, as an officer of the court, that he would ever lie about his whereabouts on that day, minute by minute. He would know more than anybody. He was damaging that case, and that's what he's done. I mean, even if he, let's just say he didn't do it, why would you lie about where you freaking were?
Yep.
That's going to make it look bad.
I saw him. Oh, it looks bad. I saw him on direct examination, Cheryl, explaining away with softball questions from his trial attorney many of the issues that had come up during trial. For instance, his story now is, how did he work out? I was at the kennels. I was at the kennels. No. He was talking about after supper. Actually, his story still doesn't make sense because the kennel visit was just before he would have left to go to his mom's house at Alameda. But he's now saying he went into Moselle, the hunting lodge, that he was tired, that he took a shower, and he had the air conditioning going. And you know what that means out in the country. You can't hear anything outside the house with the AC on. And that the TV was on to try to explain away why he didn't hear multiple shots riddling his wife and son with bullets. That's his new thing. I had the AC on. Sorry, I didn't hear all the gunshots outside my door because I had the AC and the TV on. That's his new thing. But I want you to address that. But also, you said officer of the court. Cheryl, have you seen that he had a badge? He had his badge and his...
Yeah, and Valerie, I see you saying that, the cops weren't keeping track of a timeline, and you also said crime scene was walked all over and not preserved. Valerie, do you feel like, and I'm asking you and anybody else that might be feeling the same way, that this would be like a hung jury situation, or that he's going to walk free at this point? I'm kind of curious to know your thoughts on that. Let me know in the chat. He said weasels are not friendly to rabbits, therefore guilty in my opinion. Damn. Well, that's it. He's guilty. He's a weasel. Weasels aren't friendly to rabbits, period. Hung jury. Hung or hang. Hung jury. Let's not start with that. We're going to, get into this rabbit hole of the Alpha David and everything, and we don't want to do that. Advocate. He could have set this up or been set up. They were the most feared, hated family of that county. To this day, they never found who unalived the bully of Skidmore, in my opinion. Anything is possible. Yeah, that was an interesting situation. Anything that surrounds that period. Thank you, Valerie. She said, yes, at the very least, a hung jury. So you feel you are like, I see problems both in the investigation and everything that's happening, that you really feel like there's going to be a hung jury. Probably. Oh, KJ says, oh, my Nancy, help rabbits. I did not mean to stop right there. Do you guys see her face? I did not mean to stop right there. Did you screenshot it? I didn't even notice that. You guys are going to have to send me that screenshot. Now look at this. Yo, I've been collecting Nancy Grace's screenshots. Maybe one day she'll autograph this one for me. I don't know. I did not expect it. This one was not on purpose. This one, I literally just hit pause, yo. You got it? You guys got to send it to me. Oh my God. Look, I didn't mean to. Sorry, Nancy. Sorry. He's never going to walk free. He's going to spend life for all his financial crimes. No matter what happens in the trial, he'll never be free, says Melissa. Shout out to Melissa. You sent it to me on Twitter. Lord, let me go check my Twitter right now. You guys are so okay. I know it's Friday, but why are you so messy? Dang, like even true crime can be messy. Oh, all right. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna have to like chop it up and make it nice and everything so we can use it as a future screenshot every time we're talking about Nancy Grace. Now, it is what it is. I guess we'll see what happens. That's a thumbnail picture. That's definitely a thumbnail picture now. It's a classic now. I don't know how I did it. I literally hit pause and then she was like, wait. I can't do it like her. Something like that. I feel like I'm throwing the Illuminati sign. Let me stop. Isn't this the Illuminati sign? You know, the little. Let me stop. All right. You guys are too messy. Jasmina's laughing it up over here. Okay. Oh my goodness, you guys are so hilarious. All righty. Let me see what else. I don't want to miss any comments. I thought I saw something here. Oh, thank you so much, Gen X. Yes, welcome. Nicole Wise laughing it up too. All right. We got to move on because, and we'll see how this develops over here. I'm kind of curious to see what happens next. I've not been screening the trial, been catching it actually on Ikadmel's channel because you know he's been doing it very good as far as reporting and he's been very consistent on it. So shout out to him. But I kind of want us to move on a little bit to this situation over here, okay? Because now this right here has me a little bit. This was released today, okay? Idaho murders Bryan Kohberger leaks huge issues with potential to compromise prosecution, lawyer warns. We've been talking about this. Okay? Been talking about this. I've been saying it. A lot of people have been saying it too. A gag order is in place for the case against Kohberger, who is accused of fatally stabbing 4 Idaho students. A slow but consistent stream of leaks in the Idaho student murder cases could have dire consequences for prosecutors seeking justice for 4 undergraduates found stabbed to death late last year, according to a veteran defense attorney in the state. Can somebody do me a favor? What's been leaking? If you guys have been watching this case, you've been, whether it's my channel or another channel, but let me know in the chat how many things have been leaked by sources in the last, I don't know, 2 months. It's been a lot. Lord Sinner says, look, if he walks, he will be bunking with Epstein. He's a big snitch on top of everything else. Shout out to Sinner. Thank you, Sinner. No notification? Oh, Pressy. Yvette says Banfield Banfield? There's been a lot of leaks in the foundation of this situation, okay? There's been a lot of leaks. Like leaks everywhere. I'm trying to think of all the leaks we've had. A source close to this let us know that Bethany wasn't even in the house. Or was she? Or in the basement or something. I'm just thinking off the top of my head the different things that have been said. The other was what is it? A lot of leaks on Dylan have been said. Okay, definitely she's been the source of a lot of leaks. If Banfield is leaking, she needs depends. And just for that, I'm out. Yo, Look, I mean, look, Banfield's been leaking. I do wish whoever keeps leaking info would stop. It's going to hurt their case for sure. People always gotta know everything. Say no to the oranges, lol. I'm saying, if you got Facebooked, strike for a comment. Oh, I don't know what you mean. Let me know. Okay. It's that girl that had released the info before it came out with the affidavit. She had the FBI agent tell her all types of info and she posted it on YouTube. It's been a lot of leaks. A lot of leaks, right? So much so, and I'm just thinking in my mind, because and we did hear recently, I think in News Nation reported it, Banfield, that Kohberger liked all of Madison Morgan's IG's pictures. We'll talk about that here in a minute, okay? There's also, now this is not information leak. I think this is public knowledge that they plan to demolish the house where these murders occurred. I mean, it's a lot. She probably paid a cop or a jailer info. I mean, who's leaking? Where's this? What is the one thing? And even shout out to the Pascal show. He's been saying it too. Where is Banfield getting all this information? Because now we have issues. We have issues. A slow but consistent stream of leaks in the Idaho student murder cases have dire consequences for prosecutors seeking justice for 4 undergraduates found stabbed to death late last year, according to a veteran defense attorney in the state. While the case against Bryan Kohberger is currently under a restrictive gag order, that itself is facing a challenge in court. Investigators and attorneys for both sides, as well as the victims, survivors, and their families, are limited in what they can publicly say about the case. It's a huge issue that this source is leaking information. Edwina Elcox, the Boise-based former attorney of cult mom child killing suspect Lori Vallow, that has the potential to compromise the integrity of the investigation and the prosecution of this case. There is fears that too much exposure to the closely followed national news story could taint the jury pool in is it Latah County, a rural farmland and mountain in the what is it called, northern Idaho, where more than half live in Moscow, the college town where all 4 slain University of Idaho students were living. If an employee of my office did that, they would be unequivocally no longer be employed, Elcox added. The remarks came after a series of reports in which unnamed law enforcement sources made claims about the stabbing suspect and the evidence against him, including that he allegedly had a stockpile of photos of one of the victims on his phone and sent at least one of them messages over Instagram before the crime. What do you guys think? Ooh. There's a lot of controversy, but what it shows is that he did it on his own. I'm not worried. Most of it is gossip or hearsay. If Bryan did this and they have the evidence, that's what counts. Okay, fair enough. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, Jesus, I'm looking at these comments. You guys are going in. Let me see. She probably paid a cop. Okay, I read that already. Yeah, he's an evil man. Right. Because it's, and that's a great question. We don't like what's the encouragement? Um, we have several months before the trial starts. We don't even know. Like, I don't know. It's a sad situation in my opinion. Hmm. I don't know. What do you guys think? And now you have again, I want to know where this came about with this situation of the liking of the photo. Where'd it go? Right here. Here we go. Kohberger liked all Madison's IG photos, I guess.
So I have some additional reporting to add to this tonight. New and unique reporting that News Nation has discovered, and it has to do sources close to the investigation telling us that
sources close to the investigation telling us. I want to know, like, is this part of that? Could that compromise that? I'm just saying, it's always closest source to the investigation. Sources that are there. Looks like could be law enforcement. This is how Banfield reports. I don't know. On his own, in my opinion. Okay. I still want to know what kind of, I don't even know what that refers to. Okay, I trust Amber Heard more than him, and that bar is low. I can't limbo that low. Oh my gosh. Okay. Logically, it makes sense that he had helped. I find it hard to believe that he went there and killed 4 people so swiftly and no one noticed. Yeah, Lost in Space. And that's been, when I was thinking about this, when it initially started, I hate to say it that way, not when it started, but when we didn't have Kohberger in custody, I initially thought it was more than one person. I don't think it's more. I think it's just the one, honestly. Sinner says, I'm waiting patiently for the trial. There's so much crap being thrown around. I don't know what's rumor or even what to believe. Absolutely. I'm a little lost. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really, really lost. Sandra says the reporter needs to go to jail. She's compromising this trial. Her and so-called sources, the people in her head. Lord, Sandra, but that article right there says that, they could potentially be jeopardizing this case. I find it interesting that even Fox would even have said that, given that if they were given sources, they probably would also be leaking information and then saying sources close to the case say that this is what we have. That's what I heard barking at the moon. That's what I heard too. I heard that too, because I find it very interesting. They pretty much confirming Banfield's story, right? That's my question. How is that okay? How does that not compromise the investigation, I guess? I'm just saying, like, what if they say the wrong thing and then it really messes things up?
the person who is featured on Bryan Kohberger's phone, the female victim who was featured on Bryan Kohberger's phone, is the same person that he was reaching out to on social media. And also that the photos were not taken by Bryan Kohberger, they were downloaded off of that victim's Instagram. So he had taken the pictures from that victim's Instagram. And then I also have this reporting that Bryan Kohberger followed both Kaylee and Maddie on Instagram, but Kohberger liked every one of Maddie's photos. Maddie's on the right, her best friend Kaylee's on the left. Kohberger had liked all of Maddie's photos compared to liking just a couple of the ones on Kaylee's account. He followed both, but he liked all of Maddie's, and compared to liking just a couple of them on Kaylee's account. So that may give us a little bit more insight as to.
Oh my gosh. He liked this person more than he liked those photos more, and he liked that photo more than he liked that photo more, and that could tell us his MO. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Lord have mercy. I don't think so. But that would be interesting if she does watch YouTubers. I know. I don't know. I'm not surprised. I know people do watch us and they do take our content from us. But I also feel like I find it interesting that Fox is going to report this article. Idaho 4 murders. Bryan Kohberger leaks huge issues. The leaks are huge issues with potential to compromise prosecution lawyer warns. I find it interesting they're going to get preachy about that when they're kind of like in a competing market, no? It's competition. I don't trust News Nation as far as I can see them with my glasses off in the dark. Lord, and that is that pretty far or no? Lazy journalism. I mean, I don't trust Fox. We don't trust any. What I tell you guys, don't even trust your mother when it comes to YouTube. Don't trust anybody. I don't trust Nancy Grace. I don't trust anybody. Do not trust anybody. This is how it is. Don't trust them. All of them. YouTubers beyond it, I wouldn't be surprised if people are watching. Yeah. I feel like a lot of it's no secret that YouTubers take from other YouTubers. It's definitely no secret that bigger platforms take from us as well. It's happened. It's happened. Everybody. Don't trust everybody. Don't trust everybody. Okay? Just don't do that. Thank you, Star Pepper. I think this one will be a deal and no trial. Hopefully to spare the parents of the details, Gen X says. I mean, I thought he was already I don't think I don't know, guys. I don't know. Do trust Rabbit. You have nope. Remember, I'm very manipulative. Keep that in mind. Salacious content for clicks and views. We're competing with everybody. Just note that. So I find it interesting that there are these sources, like even the details to her reporting here. I find that even interesting because there's some of these details, like what doesn't matter who liked what and what pictures. What is that supposed to tell you about Kohberger?
Potentially who it was that he had downloaded and kept on his phone, which female victim's pictures were on his phone. Thank you for watching. Go to News Nation.
Hold up. Let me go back a little bit.
He had taken the pictures from that victim's Instagram. And then I also have this reporting that Bryan Kohberger followed both Kaylee and Maddie on Instagram, but Kohberger liked every one of Maddie's photos. Maddie's on the right, her best friend Kaylee's on the left. Kohberger had liked all of Maddie's photos compared to liking just a couple of the ones on Kaylee's account.
Why, like, thank you, Lost in Space. Why does, let me just think of it this way. If I'm the prosecutor and I wanted to make the argument that Maddie was going to be the victim and that Kaylee was simply the bystander there, right? And so then I targeted, or the killer targeted her because she just happened to be there. But my main target was Maddie. Then I guess that would make sense, right? To kind of do a comparison of like, well, this is why he liked these pictures more than the other person's pictures, something like that, right? Otherwise, why else would that matter? At the end of the day, he was under both of those profiles. They're both gone at the hands of this man, until he's found guilty. But, what was the reason? I don't understand that. I feel like they're reaching with the photos, but that's my opinion. Right, Bella? It's like unless you're going to sit there and make the argument. And does this reporting help the case? Did she say he took pictures from her photos? I think she said he downloaded them. Yeah, right. It could. Absolutely. Okay, Kohberger. I say that because he's a true sociopath. They think they can outsmart everyone. He even tried to defend himself, but the judge made him get a lawyer. Yeah. It could matter, yes. He's loving the attention and the eyes on him. He's getting off of knowing everyone wants to know why and how. Oh Lord, well, thank you, Tinkle Tits. Thank you. That would be 150 if he's found guilty. Well, yes, I'm counting. Thank you, my love. I meant that there's a trial and there will be a plea as guilty to do life and spare parents of the details. My bad. I was probably no. I understood what you were saying. I knew this was gonna happen when less and less was being released. Vic, do you think they're just reaching at this point because less and less is being said? I feel like now we're looking at like these are details that I would be very careful about releasing too. I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel stuff like this is not something that I would want the public to know. Because even then, I don't know. Like, hmm.
He followed both, but he liked all of Maddie's, and compared to liking just a couple of them on Kaylee's account.
He followed them both, but he liked all of Maddie's compared to liking Kaylee. Okay.
So that may give us a little bit more insight as to potentially who it was that he had downloaded and kept on his phone.
Okay. That's it. I cannot. That's that. I think so. No witnesses, no murder weapon. I think so. Less information being released. Now, here comes the what ifs. Yes, that's what it is, Bella. It's like the what ifs. I think it's June. June. It's gonna be a big deal. It's gonna be a big deal. If you notice, Fox numbers were so low. She's been scrambling to get her numbers up. So I put nothing behind this woman that she would do anything to get her numbers up, lie to see whatever compromise is right. But you know what the problem I have though? And thank you, Sandra, for saying that. The problem that I have with this, honestly, is that what if what she's putting out right now is going to conflict with what comes out at court in the trial? Because you know that some of us are going to sit there and be like, well, wait a minute. On February, 23rd, 20, whatever, or in January, it was said Banfield reported this, but now the trial is saying this. Like I could see a conflict there, and I could see a lot of us feeling some type of way about it. And now I'm not saying that Banfield sources are wrong. I'm saying then what's it going to be when it's found out that maybe there might be some conflict in the information? I don't know. You think he's going to take the trial and keep denying that he did it? Then when he's found guilty, he'll put a book out or something. I don't think he'd be able to profit from there. Isn't there, like, I'm pretty sure there's something that you could put in there to make sure that you can't profit off of a victim's names. Just saying. Lord, you guys are bringing up snake oil lady, Lord. Y'all are too messy. I am tired of snake oil lady. I'm gonna be honest. I'm tired. I'm fed up with her. I'm fed up with it. With all of it. I bet my lunch he knew the girls. He did it solo. This new stuff can 100% derail the trial, though. Thank you, Senator. I would have to agree. I feel like maybe he's been watching it for quite some time. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll ask the snake oil lady, see what she thinks. You should put a poll tomorrow if they will go live tomorrow. You know what? I'm gonna do that right now. Stop it. Let me see. Hold up. Let me end this poll. Let's see. See how? You know what? Why don't we do one better too? Where are my Uno cards? Where are my non-full deck of Uno cards at? Look. Let me bring out these Uno cards. You guys know you have the Uno emoji. Oh crap! I'm already cursed because I have the skip. You know what that means? That means no lives. That's it. No lives. Hold up. Will, before I leave, let's do a little poll. Will snake oil lady go live tomorrow again? Yes. No. There you go. Let's see. I have 70 some people watching. You guys, oh my gosh, you get your Uno cards. I love how blue it looks. I love it. I love it. You can't deal with the snake oil lady and the voice. Yeah, I can't deal with her. But I have to tell you, I feel like we're watching the Titanic when it comes to that because they're going to crash. she's going to do something really stupid. I honestly feel like she is going to like leave this girl. Unfortunately, let me see are you guys really voting? Let me see. You guys are really voting on this. Oh, what about the psychic chick? Any news? Is she still she Precy, she went live today. Every day. This is what we're voting on. Will Snake Oil Lady go live tomorrow again? Tomorrow Saturday. So will she go live again tomorrow? You guys said 7% said no. There's only 27 votes. Have you guys liked this video? Make sure you guys hit the like button, please. Let me see where we at. Okay, good. 75 likes. Love it. KJ's like, I'm over her. I know, KJ. You voted yes, but secretly no. It is Saturday. Does she work on Saturdays? Look at this. Tinkle. Stop it, Tinkle. Aquarius says so many lives, yet says so little. I don't get it. Yeah, they say so well, and I say they because they both go live together. But there is little that's really said in news. Everything I'm having to find out from other sources that is not them. So take that for whatever it's worth. Lord, all right. Let me see. Who says she looked like the Bratz doll earlier? That was Lost in Space who said that. That was so messy. And I did pin that comment up there when he said it. Word has it, she's still saying what? The team is still working on. What are they working on? I don't. Oh, what is there to work on? Yeah, it was Lost in. It was. He said she looked like the Bratz doll. I said that's messed up. She does though. She does, but I don't know. Snake Lady couldn't even predict that her face is gonna look like next week. Ooh, you guys are horrible. A fake DNA test. I don't know how you would fake a DNA test. I mean, you say you took it. I'm just trying to figure out how she plans to move away from that, you know? I don't know, you guys. You guys are so messy. But anyways, guys, so I leave you here with that to say I'm just kind of wondering. And again, if you guys want to check out that article again, it's with foxnews.com. All right. Check it out. Idaho 4, Idaho murders. Bryan Kohberger leaks huge issues. Potential to compromise prosecution, lawyer warns. Check it out. Let me know what you guys think about it. I'm a little concerned, but then again, who am I? I can be concerned all kinds of ways. It doesn't change anything. It's not going to do anything. Period. You know what I'm saying? People are still going to do what they do, even when you call them out. You know, hey. Yes, I agree. She's not helping at all. She needs to be fired or throw a big lawsuit, something to stop her. I'm sick of her BS or bull. Right. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Is everybody what is Tinkle Tits saying? Oh Lord, you're making everybody here in the yeah, he got you fired. I'm saying. I just couldn't believe he said he looked like a Bratz doll, but that shit was funny. I feel like I need rabies shots after the fortune teller speaks. We all need something after that because it's a little too much. But anyways, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I want to thank everybody for joining the live today. I appreciate you. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for supporting the channel. And make sure that you hit the like button. It does help us in the algorithm. Absolutely. Thank you so much. It's Friday. You could be doing whatever, but you're here with me. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. It's me, Heather. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If there is another live with the psychic lady, you already know I got my Uno cards. We're going to go live and I'll air it. And I expect everybody here talking about it because that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about it. All right, guys. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Good night, Wim. All right, guys. You guys have a great week and stay safe. We drinking, says Rico. We drinking. All right. Rabbits out. You guys be good, okay?